The 49ers get set to play Sunday against the Seattle Seahawks, and we officially have game status report according to Kyle Shanahan. A couple players came back to practice, a couple players didn't practice today, so let's break it down. The updates from Kyle Shanahan. As you know, Trent Williams did not practice today. He hasn't practiced all week. He has an ankle injury. He's questionable to play Sunday, according to Kyle Shanahan. One guy that did return to practice was Juwan Jennings with the ankle injury. He's not on the injury report. He's going to be playing on Sunday. That's great news. A couple other guys that are questionable. George Kittle, he had the hamstring issue this week. So we'll see if he's able to play Sunday. I'd imagine he does. He had two practices in a row. So I think they were just trying to be very careful. And it's always one of those things where you're questionable when you have a hamstring issue. But I believe that George Kittle will play. Nick Bosa, also questionable. He has a hip issue. They let him rest. They let him take it easy this week. He did come back to practice today, so that's a good sign. I believe Nick Bosa will play Sunday, but again, he is questionable. A couple other guys that are questionable. John Feliciano with the knee injury. They're ramping him up, seeing if he can go. He is questionable for Sunday. Also, a little bit more important, Aaron Banks, guard. He is questionable with the thigh injury, so that's something to keep an eye on. This was a new injury that popped up, so hopefully he can be ready to go for Sunday. Again, Aaron Banks, guard, is questionable for Sunday with a thigh injury. Couple of players that are going to be out. Kevin Givens, he's got the groin injury, but good news, they have Yetur Gross-Matos, who will be elevated on Saturday, so he can play with the 49ers on Sunday. He hasn't played since week 1 when he injured the knee against the Jets, so it's going to be nice to have him back. He's a versatile defensive lineman. Hopefully he can stay healthy because that's been his issue this year. I'm excited to see him play, and maybe he can make an impact. And another guy that's not going to be there is Charvarius Ward. Unfortunately, we know he's dealing with a lot of personal issues. He will not play on Sunday. So he's taking his time to get his mind right before he comes back, and that's definitely deserved. Now, another guy that's not going to be there is Mitch Wishnowsky. He's got the back flare up. Kyle Shanahan mentioned they're probably going to place him on the injured reserve, most likely on Saturday, so they can call up Yetur Gross-Matos from the injured reserve list. But Mitch Wishnowsky will not play Sunday. I'm guessing they're going to place him on the injured reserve, and they will elevate Pat O'Donnell, the Jimmy Garoppolo lookalike, for Sunday's game, the punter that they signed this week. So Pat O'Donnell, look for him to be signed and elevated, not signed, but elevated to the roster on Sunday. So new punter, let's see how he does. And now a guy that's not likely to play, he's doubtful, Darrell Luter. He's got a pelvis injury, so I do not think that he's going to play. But they will probably elevate Nick McLeod. They signed him this week, and I'd imagine he takes that Darrell Luter role in special teams. Again, Darrell Luter doubtful to play with a pelvis injury, and it looks like they're going to elevate Nick McLeod. They're going to be busy on Saturday with roster elevations moving forward because of the injured reserve for Mitch Wishnowsky, placing Yetur Gross-Matos on the active roster, et cetera, et cetera. So another guy that is off the team now is going to be Matthew Wright, kicker. He got waived off the injured reserve. We all remember him. He came in, he filled in because Jake Moody had the ankle injury several weeks ago. Matthew Wright was the first guy they brought in. He dislocated his shoulder. They placed him on the injured reserve list, and now he will be taken off the injured reserve list, and they waived him. So it's all Jake Moody from here on out, ladies and gentlemen, whether you like it or not. And as we know, John Lynch gave him a ringing endorsement this morning on KNBR. He said that's their guy. They're sticking with them, and they have all the confidence in the world on Jake Moody. A bit of shocking news for the Seattle Seahawks. Connor Williams, their starting center, who's 27 years old, retired today, announced his retirement. 27 years old, he retired. He was their starting center. He started every single game for them, and he's out. I got a new center 2 days before the game on Sunday. That news was absolutely jarring to me. Crazy. Connor Williams, good luck in your future endeavors. 27 years old, he's retired. 49ers up against the new center. That's kind of a position you really don't want a new guy all of a sudden 2 days before a game, but we'll see how it goes. Also, DK Metcalf will play on Sunday. He's had a knee injury for the last couple of weeks, but he is back and he is ready to go against the 49ers. I can't wait. The Niners always get in that man's head. Fred Warner, you know how much he gets in that man's head. Remember a couple of years ago, there was the scuffle, the body slam, and then they, went after each other. And Fred Warner says, guess he just didn't learn how to tackle or something like that. He made some comment after the game, and that was fun. Also, Dion Lenore puts him in that box. So it's going to be exciting to see DK Metcalf cry his ears out and eyes out against the 49ers on Sunday. Also, last but not least, Brandon Ayuk underwent surgery to repair his torn ACL, according to Kyle Shanahan. So the long road to recovery begins for Brandon Ayuk. Unfortunate news for him. He had an ACL tear, a meniscus issue also on top of an MCL tear. So ACL, MCL, meniscus. That's brutal. And he got it all fixed today, all repaired, according to Kyle Shanahan. And Brandon Ayuk, his rehab journey starts today. Hopefully, it's all good to go and he can recover. I wish him the best. It's very unfortunate news, whether you like BA or not, or how he, went about his business this offseason. He's a 49er, and we wish him well, and hopefully he could come back stronger, better than ever. But that's the news for the day. You guys have a blessed rest of your day. I'll catch you on the flip side. Go Niners, baby.